our best to meet every Saturday with that same group of people. The number has increased, has decreased over the course of years, but the desire to build things, desire to really continue building with the skills that God has given us has still been the main core of our journey. And the last thing, the third step, what happened was we eventually formed a community, a small community of people which were already part of our church, but they never knew that much about each other. Normally, when you come to church, you don't really know how the professional skills of a person are, or technically how savvy they are, or you just really know them from talking to them about high level stuff, or even if you go deeper, you mainly go on family, or mainly you talk about spiritual health. But in this, we were actually exposing ourselves to even the most hidden area of our lives, which is the professional side of things. And so this community became raw. We were able to share pain points from our workspaces, and that's how this journey has been so far for us. And for the impact, what has happened is we have seen people being more committed to the cause of the church itself, not just the desire of working in the labs, but even to the basic cause of the church. We have seen people taking steps of faith and actually contributing, not just with their skills, but even financially. We've seen people becoming more involved in the community. And we've also seen some tools that have been really helpful for the community at large. So how did it look like is initially, after we hosted a hack, we saw that developers, creatives, and ministry leaders built some prototypes of faith-built solutions. They built those. We ran Bible study series, like people God worked with throughout the Bible, the creatives that God worked with throughout the Bible, how God used them in those times, exploring how God shapes identity and calling. We also tried from that same community, we continued this idea and took it even to the another level of doing sports Sundays, where now we have a functional sports team who are really excited about participating in tournaments, reaching out through sports to people and to the neighborhood that we are in. And so this all started as a rhythm of just getting into the spaces of where people are right now, not really expecting the younger generation or the next generation to come into the traditional church space, but actually moving into their own spaces and giving them an opportunity to explore and experiment. Each step reminded us that discipleship can happen anywhere, in conversation, in collaboration, and in creation. And eventually what happened with us is our creativity became worship. Our creativity became worship. Faith felt practical. Faith felt practical, and work became a mission. And with this, these are the types of voices that who have journeyed with Newbridge Labs, is what we have heard. One participant said a few weeks ago, I realized that my creativity can also be worship. My skills to develop this code, to write a JavaScript, can actually look like worship. Another one said that faith finally felt practical. I have faith, I have skills, but I could never really explore that. I could never really go ahead and do something with my skills. But now when I see that what tool that I build, that automation that I build for a church app is really helping the church leaders and the community members to really navigate throughout the week and have their journaling and Bible reading and all of that just in the middle of that app that was developed with the skills of the people who never really got to show what they can serve with. And so for many, everyday work began to feel like it's part of God's mission, because when people were inspired to build with God's creative desire in mind, their work itself, their 9 to 5, they started to look at that work also with this same desire, with this same mindset, that yes, my work, even at my workplace, although people are difficult, although things are difficult, but if my audience is God, and if the skills that I'm using at the labs and at my work are same, why not just do it with excellence? Why not just do it even for the person who will be sitting on the same desk after me? Normally these coders, as a coder myself, I would tell you, normally coders would fix a bug which would just work right in the moment, not really thinking what would happen 2 years down the line or 3 years when they are not at that same job and someone else is trying to read their code. What happens then? And so this working on Newbridge Labs projects has changed the mindset of the developers also, building tools in such a way that it is readable, it's accessible, and it's well documented for the people who will work after them. And so that's how we got to see how faith and work and creativity was brought in this whole big picture of through Newbridge Labs. And that's when we knew Newbridge Labs wasn't just about ideas, it was about transformation. It was really helping people to see things differently. Now, just to tell you guys, one main distinctive part of the labs is how we have used AI in this journey. How we have used AI. The role of AI has been very significant in this journey. We have used AI not as a replacement, but we have tried to use AI as a redeemed tool. And what I mean by that is, AI can sound like a threat, but what we have tried to do is we have tried to see it as a redeemed tool. So we've used AI in multiple spaces, and while creating these applications, these softwares, these creative ideas, ideation for any of the applications, even today, right now, while the hack is going on, our participants are using AI not to just to avoid the time of working harder, because normally as coders you can work very hard to get a small amount of outcome, but with AI we can bypass a lot of that longer journey and work smarter. And what we can do is build tools which will really work out, which will be cost effective. So currently I'll just give you an example. One of our team is building a tool on YouTube Reels, and you guys really little bit got a glimpse of it in the beginning. And what we recently discussed just a few hours back, we discussed that why don't you use Google ecosystem for entire application, and because Google is mostly free for everyone until unless you want extra storage, it's mostly free, and it gives you a lot of free softwares. It gives you app scripts for the coders out there who would understand what I'm saying. It gives you app scripts so you can have your front end, back end, API calling, styling, designing, everything in just Google ecosystem. And Google Sheets can work as your database. Your Google Sites you can use to publish and deploy whatever tool that you eventually build. And so that was the idea that we really came up with. What if we just use Google ecosystem? And that is what we have been doing in Newbridge Labs also, just coming up with quick solutions through AI. And what we normally do, we go on ChatGPT, we tell it what kind of an app we are looking for, and we just tell it, give us a working tool and the files for it in Google ecosystem. And honestly, once that prompt stops thinking and it gives us the answers, it almost gives us every script that we just need to copy and paste and put it in our Google ecosystem. We have built secure systems also. It's not just we have built open source systems. We have built secure systems which are admin protected and everything, password protected. And so all of this is really possible using AI and making that journey shorter and making it more readable for our users who are not really that tech savvy, because a lot of these tech solutions can end up being very techy, and a person with a tech background only can make those changes. But Google Sheets, most of us really know how to tackle. And if our database is in Google Sheets, and we tell there's a lesser learning curve in a Google ecosystem than in any tech based project. So we've used AI to automate repetitive tasks, draft study materials even, generate visuals and enhance the creativity. But we've always held this conviction: AI cannot replace discernment. It can only serve in the stewardship of what we have. It can only help us in making things neat, in making things bringing things in an order, but it will not really have its own discernment. So we need to be really careful about that. As Proverbs chapter 2 verse 6 says, for the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. So we see AI as an opportunity to steward technology faithfully, to redeem tools for the kingdom. That is how we see AI. The next I would like to share about is everything in Nubris Lab rests on these four biblical pillars. Creation, the first one, it's from Genesis. We are made in God's image and therefore we create. And as I already told you, our very first Bible study that we did in Nubris Labs was learning from the Creator Himself, the first chapter of the Bible, knowing that how our Father in heaven created everything. And that was our inspiration to even start creating something for the kingdom. The second pillar that is based on is community. How a community is continuously building, and it's based off Acts chapter 2 verse 42. We grow together through shared learning and life. We grow together through shared learning and life. The next pillar is disciples. Go and make disciples. We teach others to obey using every tool available. In reality, the idea is in tech spaces, having disciples who are tech oriented. There have been in the past, the leaders of the church have been finding this difficulty to connect with professionals who are working in streams that the leaders are not really aware of, or they are aware of it but on a high level, not in depth. And so with this, we were able to bridge the gap between a leader from a techie neighborhood, from a techie background, to connect with the techie younger leaders. And the fourth and the final pillar that we build on is excellence. We really need to do everything for the Lord. Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 says, whatever we do it for the Lord. And that is the pillar that we really want to build this. We want to build a system which is thoroughly checked, thoroughly processed, not something which is just produced right away in the moment, like it's done in many of the events and many of the short-term goals. But we really want to build something which is sustainable, which stays longer. And even if church members and younger leaders and these young techies, they move churches, they move to different cities for opportunities as they grow in their career. But these tools, if they are built in excellence, with excellence in mind, they can actually be taken further. The leader themselves can actually use these tools in the future. So it doesn't stop right there. And this is how theology can fuel creativity. This is how theology can fuel creativity. We innovate. So the philosophy that we follow is we don't innovate for innovation's sake. We innovate for obedience sake. We innovate for obedience sake. Our guiding philosophy is very simple. Every project begin with a question: will this help someone to know Jesus or follow him more faithfully? That's the two main ideas of Nubris Labs: to promote our space, promote the church, or promote a Christian community as a safe space to outsiders, or to help the people who are already inside to grow deeper in God, deeper in the scripture, deeper in their faith. That question keeps us centered, because innovation without obedience is just noise. It's just noise. It's not going anywhere. But innovation guided by love becomes ministry, becomes a part of our calling, becomes a part of our life, where innovation is guided by love that comes from God himself. And as I close, I don't want to, I just want to share the last thing. The journey continues. The journey still continues for us as Nubris Labs. So where are we heading next as a community? We are building a digital platform for ongoing learning and collaboration, a home for creative discipleship. We are designing faith plus AI labs to equip ministry leaders using technology wisely. We are forming partnership with other members, other young creatives who really want to do and start their own labs also if in their context. And we would love to see how that is a possibility for others to do that. And we are also investing in younger creators who want to bring faith into their fields. So the journey continues outward and together. As Matthew chapter 9 verse 37 reminds us, the harvest is plentiful. The harvest is plentiful. And just imagine, what if the next mission field is a digital field? Just imagine that. Jesus said, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Today, some of the harvest is online, in creative spaces, in digital communities, in the tech world. What if the next mission field really is digital? And what if we as the church are meant to just not survive there, not just defend from it, but to lead in the digital space with light? So this is your invitation. You can think of this idea and maybe implement it in your communities, how labs and a context like this can work. And we would be willing to share all kinds of resources, ideas, and whatever we have. But that is what I would want to leave you with. So that's the heartbeat of Newbridge Labs: to innovate, disciple, and multiply. Every generation has its tool. Ours has technology, and it's time we redeemed it for the kingdom. Thank you for listening.
We have some comments coming in. You can just read out.
Yep.
Maybe engage with people who are actually commenting. Catherine.
Yes, Catherine, really thank you. Yeah, thank you for streaming in. AI cannot replace discernment. That is very true. And that should be our idea. It cannot replace discernment. So, yeah, if anyone has any questions, we will take it right now. But I just want to say thank you for listening. Let's keep building bridges between people, purpose, and the presence of God. And if it's digital, let's do it digital.
Thank you so much, Tarang, for. Thank you so much for doing this session. I know uh, this was a very short, but I feel this was very helpful. People tuned in live, and there will be many who watch this later as well. So this creates a kind of a conversation starter where you shared. It will actually help who are out there, planting churches, part of churches. The age that we are going through is a digital age. Thank you for any words. I know you have been multiple seasons. Second time leading, mentoring. What do you see when you look at people around you, the young people? Any final words for them?
Yeah, the young leaders are really excited, and this was the dream that I think had last year, where we wanted to see people crossing the boundaries of a community, coming together from different communities. Right now, we have people communities sitting in this place and really want together, function together, and build tools which will bring people closer to God and would inspire the generation that they are in. And I'm really for what is happening. I'm really excited to see that there's so many tech projects are out there, so many creative projects are out there. We are seeing, we are even moving to a scale where we are the youngest generation that is going to come with study action stories, and so that is inspiring to see. And yeah, really glad to be and just seeing what God is bringing through.
Thank you so much. So now, in this session, I just want to take you to all the teams right now once again, just to see what's here. This is a co-working space, but since this morning, we have seen this into a God space where people have gathered around the tables. 6 Action Bible Stories team, building something that can be so transformative, right? We have Ashmit, we have Sinovia, Shreya, we also have Arya, and she is the target audience that we reach out to. So please do take inputs from her, also from Little Zane, who is going all over the place, enjoying this particular moment. Continue, guys. We are expecting great things from you. Yeah, we have. This is a space. I'll just take you. We gathered in the space, and this year also God helped us. Was this mental health, discussing strategies, what they are doing, how they can help building websites, they're building social media content, a space where a database of and become counselors in one place, so that anyone from any city connect to someone credible they can actually, and this is a very exciting team. You know, they have already templates page. You know, we started Christian Real templates at Hack Pune, but over here from zero we have gone to touch 8,000. So if you are on Instagram, just so it's around 20 short of 8,000. If you can get just exactly 1 year, you know, this page to reach 8,000 followers, and over the last 20 million views, 12 million engagements and interactions. And this new set of templates, I just went over the ideas. It's incredible. Free lunch, create, build tools, collaborate. I just want to enter the YouTube page again. These four youngsters working here that can help any local church. To share that this may look just like, but as they gather, there is. I just want to share one story, that this space that you see here, you know, when come together in this space, about, and even Itanagar in Arunachal, student who just came into the city of Pune, he is yet where he can come and use his tech for God's kingdom. You know, last year we had wonderful and pretty shy introvert coming into this, and this year they stepping into contributing more in God's kingdom. So that's the movement. It's a movement of you know, people do something transformational that will vibe. Want to step into this space again in navigation app. Just one second. Of them are hacking. Just for so we are, Pune is always very famous in traffic. This app is all about solving traffic, giving it and help people navigate through traffic using intelligence. I'm here, Karan, who is moving all around the place.
I have a question. What time is the pizza coming?
Yeah, you know, organizers, the young guns, you know, I just want to share. 8 guns raised their hands and they said, you know, we are going to take. I, as an old gun, have no idea to reach out to the young guns to see when the lunch is. Who is watching this online, and you are in the city, and don't worry about the traffic. We are building something that will help you. Just step. You know, it's happening at Urban Work at Pune station. You can come in. We are glad to have conversation teams, see what they are building, and you know, we'll see. So let's step into the next room, which is the accountability. We have a lot of you who are working and the mission. 7 people, 8 people work to build accountability track. They struggle with, you know, a lot of things, especially around accountability, and they are building something that can help. Yeah. So that is kind of that you are someone who is in the, and if you want to come in, if you have some action in and talk to the teams, they will help you put those things into their development. We're just going into the AI spring room. They are actually building an AI chat. People with mental health issues, with a lot of other youth issues, other issues. We have hacking. So just wanted to show this as a picture. I just wanted to show, focus in on Jordan here, but this year he is a challenge on not only he traveled to Aurangabad as a mentor, as a lead. We are just in this live stream, Jordan, but could you share your journey with how this has been for you starting from last?
As I came last year, I was a related person. I still am, but the difference is I thought that I'd make this many friends. I never thought I would get to meet talented skills. Never thought I would to meet the seniors. And to be honest, hack really opened me to express myself, my thing, my skills without anyone to judge me. To that I don't know something, and someone will say what I share as others know I can take from them. My way of contributing not only to um, children, but also my own faith and also to other people's faith to connect to who not connected that much with their medium to bring them closer back to God. Skills, way, the things that I have been through, and really base for me because I have met such amazing people, uncle, and so many other people that I have met that have really been so supportive and really been an amazing help for me, help mind more. And I've just opened up to a new horizon, a new things, and really this is an amazing way to use your skill.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I just want to zoom in on Michael here. Michael के पास मैं जाऊंगा. 2 हफ्ते पहले या जब हमने औरंगाबाद हैक किया था, माइक से था, वहाँ पर भी एक चैटबॉट और माइकल अभी कल रात से ट्रैवल करके पहुँचे हैं. मोर देन 12 आवर्स, प्रॉब्ली क्लोज टू 12 आवर्स ऑफ ट्रैवल. मैं पूछना चाहूँगा कि इतने दूर से आप क्यों आए? कैसा है एक्सपीरियंस? औरंगाबाद अटेंड किया था, क्या एक्सपीरियंस था, आप शेयर करना चाहेंगे?
थैंक यू फॉर दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी. और चीज कर रही है वो चीज़ है कि परमेश्वर के लिए कुछ काम है. तो हम हमारे फील्ड में जैसे पढ़ाई के गॉड के मतलब किंगडम के लिए हम अगर अच्छे रहेंगे तो बहुत सारे अनरीच सोल्स है, उनको रीच किया जा सकते है. तो ये एक अच्छा मीडियम है, तो मैं इसमें मुझे खुशी हुई.
होपफुली आपका एक्सपीरियंस अभी तक यहाँ पे अच्छा रहा है. अभी है उसके बाद भी बहुत सारे टाइम है और कोलैबोरेट करने के लिए. सो आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. यंग छोड़ा डजंट मैटर. Gideon was able to defeat a bigger numbers, but do something faithfully. God bless. Thank you. Okay, so that's all. We are just people who are in, have a 3 kids waiting for lunch to come in. Right, so just yeah. All right. So people are still walking in. So if you feel that you can do this is from where we were live streaming. Now end it with a final word. Us right now. And all right. So this was our first Impact Info Session online, shaping leaders in the digital age. Our next info session is today at 3 p.m. Right? So tune in into that. How to use social media effectively with your church. So we'll see probably we won't be able to cover a lot of practical things, but this will be for anyone who wants to step into that space. If you have any fear, like kind of you're not sure how to step into that space, we can share some stories. And again, at that time, you will see some of the things that are 3 p.m. today. So tune in into the same channel. So if you're not subscribed, hit on the bell icon so that you'll get the notification, right? And we'll also be sending a notification through WhatsApp. But thank uh, online, offline, God was same, because God is the same yesterday, today, and forever in different spaces, works, people in different spaces, right? So this is Jason signing off. Hack Pune venue. See you at 3 p.m. today. Thank you.